Subjunctive actually might be one of the better weapons to come this season. I do have some issues with it, but the issues don't really affect what it does best. So this video, I want to talk about who it's for, why it's a solid option, and its overall place. It has some really good things about it. Comes back after years. It's found in the undying weapons at the bottom of Riven. You can focus them. 5 red borders, it's craftable. And I'm also going to talk about its competition. It's an ugly little thing. Even though I do have my issues with it, I can't deny what it does well. So for the scorecard overview for PvE, I have it a 4 out of 5. High marks, big reasons for that I'm going to go over. For the Crucible, 1.5 out of 5. Mostly hate it there, and my overall issue with this weapon shows up there the most. The main usage, PvE. Fun factor, 3 out of 5. Using it, there's some cool interactions. Fun's going to be to the player. I just hate the way that this thing shoots. Believe me, I'm going to go over it. But at the core, the base, how it's working, it's pretty cool. The build flexibility, 5. Use it on any character, any subclass, any element. You can have it to where it's built into Sun Champions. Very good. The must-have score, it's going to depend on what you have, but I have it a 4 out of 5. That's really high. I'll explain as I go on. It's a lightweight 900 ARC SMG, and a big part of why I like it so much is the origin trait. It's a goated origin trait. One of the best in the game. So far, nano munitions. Being 15 meters in from allies, every 3 seconds you build up a partial emergency reload. It's going to refill your mag the next time the weapon runs out of ammo, so it stacks to times 7. We have a base magazine of 36. Each stack of nano munitions from base brings in 9 rounds. Just out of thin air. But also note, if you get your magazine larger from base, with let's say a backup mag, a pendant mag, whatever it is, get it to 39, it breaks the percentage point and now throws 10 rounds in instead of 9. But coming back to base, it can shoot 99 straight rounds if you have 7 stacks. This right here is a big draw. Something to keep in mind. Also remember, let's say you get that large stack, 6, 7, shooting the magazine in a team setting, that 99 rounds is going to be a little bit more than that because it's still going to be proccing in the background. Of course, that's if you're near allies. So I'm first going to start in PvE. Here's the deal. In previous videos, I've talked about how Bungie knows what they're doing when they place perks. When it comes to Voltshot SMGs, we only have 2, Ikelos and now Subjunctive. And just like with some of the other weapons, if you do not have the Voltshot Ikelos, you need to get this. No questions asked. That's why the must-have score is so high as well. That's skewed because it's literally a 50-50 shot, but it leans more so to, even if you have the Ikelos, you might still want to pick it up. Because SMGs are some of the most used weapons in the entire game. And with Voltshot, it's not just ad clear, it's the full kit of it. It can stun overloads, it can do a lot more than that. Personally, I use Ikelos a lot. I love the thing. All the time when I can. Because like every time I'm filling out a loadout, let's say Dragon's Breath, and I have a stun in the kinetic slot, well, we're just going to throw in that Voltshot Ikelos. Because it's great. When we look at the perks, all of these can be enhanced. Third column, shoot to loot, under pressure, hipfire grip, grave robber, threat detector, stats for all, subsistence. And in the final column, disruption break, swashbuckler, permeability, attrition orbs, one for all, volt shot, golden tricorn. And I briefly want to talk about some of the other combos. While doing so, you also need to take into account the origin trait. You need to. That large magazine. There's stats for all, one for all. You can get some things going with permeability. It's a great perk. Make it solar, make it strand. There's shoot to loot, attrition orbs. There's disruption break on this thing. It's a dying perk. Break a shield, connect deal 50% more damage. Golden tricorns here. Grave robber, swashbucklers here. Melee specific, maybe on a banner titan. Lots of things to play with, but the standout is the second SMG with Volt Shot, period. That pairing perk, you can go stats for all, just hitting 3 targets gives you 35 reload for Volt Shot. You get the 10 stability, 35 handling, a reload multiplier, and can also go past damage fall off by 5%, and only one other perk does that, and that perk's killing when. You throw on Threat Detector 2, gives you 83 reloads. Subsistence pairs with the origin trait. That's a long magazine without reloading. And it shoots so fast, you're probably gonna go over the limit, so you're gonna be able to reload for Volt Shot anyway. But bang for your buck, stats for all Volt Shot. Enhanced gets you 11 seconds with stats for all. If not, not a big deal. Not enhanced is 10 seconds. Because this somewhat replicates what the Ikelos does on a base level. Because Feeding Frenzy Volt Shot, it will be faster. It's awesome. But stats for all is a nice constant. Keeping in mind, you have the origin trait too. It just works. And as far as if you already have Ikelos, you should be fine to skip this. However, it's just a whole different deal. It really is. Different archetype, 900 RPM, it's lightweight. You get that bonus. It has a really cool origin trait, and Ikelos has a similar one. As far as magazine, breaking shields throws in a partial reload. Like, they're both really good when it comes to PvE. And as I move on to the Crucible here, some of the things that I hate about it do show up in PvE as well. And that's one of my big kind of holdoffs on this thing. For whatever reason, the scope, I've always felt like something is inherently wrong with this scope. Because every weapon gets to a point where it reaches fall off, and most, if not all weapons, are still fairly accurate. You can do okay past fall off. Like, you can still beam with Ikelos, out of bounds, immortal, whatever it is. You can just get shots on them. But this weapon and similar weapons, like, once it gets a step past its intended range, it feels rough. Like all the magnetism, the aim assist, everything's horrible. It feels like it has negative penalties when you're in fall off. The other weapons that have this style scope too, like Rapacious Appetite, and that's an aggressive frame though. It's another one like this. Once it gets past its fall off, it feels terrible. The stability feels like a lie, and once they get to that fall off point, even in PvE, it feels nearly unusable. And when it comes to the Crucible, that's very much felt compared to all other SMGs. Most, if not all other SMGs don't really have that problem. And again, the problem feels like it's just locked into this style of weapon. I don't know what it is. It's almost like a negative effect. Out of Bounds, Shire, Calus Mini, Multi-Mock, Immortal, you name it. Well, aside from Cold Front, it's going to do better and feel better than this. Perk-wise, go Under Pressure, that's there. There's Grave Swashbuckler, there's Golden Tricorn, but if you want Golden Tricorn on Arc, I would use Out of Bounds. But what will happen, what needs to happen, I should say, a particular role that fits your playstyle, you need to decide if that's going to augment it. Like those top roles, again, Grave Swash, Threat Detector Tricorn, Threat Detector Swashbuckler. And in the Crucible, since it performs so poorly, literally a step past its fall off, like that 15 meters in for Threat Detector, always getting that 15 stability, 25 handling is where you probably should go. In the end, I haven't even been down by the thing. I don't see it, and I don't see a ton of people picking it up. It's not too good there. And for the Crucible, as far as your barrel, mag, masterwork, I would actually do a little bit of range, but mostly into stability because you need the shots to land. And once it gets past its fall off, it's like near worthless anyway. So get all those other stats up. It could be, let's say, accurized rounds, stability, masterwork with small bore, or fluted. That's where I would go. And for PvE, if you want the range, you need to just go with range masterwork, accurized, things like that. But since it has the origin trait, go with appended mag, or go with flared magwell to get the reload up to help out stats for all. You can go appended mag, reload masterwork, things like that. Just kind of fit to where you're making Volt Shot form really, really well. If not, something like Subsistence 2 works. Because that's where this thing is good, PvE. I'm going to give it that. Great origin trait, second ever SMG with Volt Shot, easily obtainable if you're playing this season. Just get it if you don't have Ikelos. End of story. I personally still do prefer Ikelos because it performs better at a distance. It has a nice ammo trait, and that's Rasputin's Arsenal. Just breaking a shield partially reloads it. That's really good. Feeding Frenzy 5 is godly with it. It just flows well. But that being said, not everyone has that. If you don't, get it. PvP, again, kind of sucks. You can use it anywhere. It can stun champs with Volt Shot. It's just great there. And I wanted to make this video, even though like it is really late reviewing the weapon, but I mean, as far as Ikelos or this, on your part, the viewer, the player, like it's literally a 50-50 shot if you have the thing or not. I do recommend if you have Ikelos and if you're playing, like focus these things, get it up, craft it, and see if you like it more than your Ikelos. Some of you might because of the origin trait and the frame, the lightweight frame. It's all preference at that point. But surprisingly, even though with all the bad things I say about its fall off and just how it feels, can't really deny what it can do. It's still a really good weapon. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Subjunctive down below. What are your thoughts on it? How does it feel compared to your Ikelos? And I'm about done with all these weapons. I have the Slug, I have a couple other ones, and then we're gonna move on to some different content. Let's talk about it down below. Thank you for watching, and until the next one, I am CoolGuy.